My child, if you are alone right now, understand this with a certainty that shakes the foundations of doubt. This is not random. This is not coincidence. This is not some accidental scroll through empty noise. I see you exactly where you are. I see the room. I see the light or the lack of it. I see the way your shoulders are positioned, the expression on your face when no one else is watching. I see the thoughts passing through your mind like quiet storms you have learned to survive in silence. And what you call ordinary, I call orchestrated. What you call a normal moment, I call a divine appointment. Because I arranged this encounter before you ever realized you needed it. I guided your steps without forcing them. I nudged your attention without overwhelming your will. I brought your eyes here because there is something I must speak into the deepest chamber of your heart right now, and you must hear me clearly. This is intentional. This is sacred. This is personal. You are not here by chance. You are not listening by coincidence. You are not stumbling into a generic message thrown into a crowd. You are being addressed specifically, individually, deliberately. You may feel alone, but you are not abandoned. You may feel unseen, but you are fully known. I have been watching over you with a vigilance that does not sleep and a love that does not weaken. Even when the room felt empty, even when your phone did not light up, even when no one checked in and you wondered if your absence would even be noticed, I was there. I have always been there. And today, in this precise second, I need you to understand that your loneliness has not gone unnoticed. Your silence has not been ignored. Your tears have not fallen without purpose. I have counted every one of them. I have heard the sighs you did not even realize were prayers. I have interpreted the pauses in your speech that carried more meaning than the words themselves. So open your heart now, and do not armor it with skepticism. Do not harden it because of past disappointments. Do not close it because hope once hurt you. I have been waiting to give you this moment. I have been patient for the exact second when your spirit would be quiet enough to receive what I am placing inside you. This is not rushed. This is not casual. This was prepared long before you ever felt this ache. Before you asked the questions that have been circling in your mind. Before you whispered why into the dark. I knew this moment would come, and I prepared something just for you. So do not skip this. Do not treat this lightly. Because I know how quickly distraction steals what was meant to transform you. I know how easily your mind wanders back to fear. I know how often you scroll past the very answer you prayed for, but this is not the time to scroll away. This is not the time to minimize what is stirring inside you. Stay here. Breathe slowly. Let your heart soften. Let my words sink past surface emotion into the core of who you are. This is not entertainment. This is encounter. You think you found this message, but I brought you here. I orchestrated details you did not even notice, a delay that frustrated you, a pause that annoyed you, a suggestion that seemed random, a sudden urge to stop and listen. Those were my hands guiding you gently into position. I know how to reach you without frightening you. I know how to interrupt your routine without overwhelming you. And I chose this moment because your heart is ready. You have been searching even if you did not know what you were searching for. You have been longing even if you could not put language to it. And now you are here because I have a surprise prepared that is deeper than you expected. It is not wrapped in circumstances. It is not packaged in applause. It is not shaped like the breakthrough you imagined. It is stronger than temporary relief. It is something that will settle inside you and remain. You have been asking me for change around you, but I am beginning with change within you. You have been asking for signs outside of you, but I am planting assurance inside your spirit. This surprise is not loud. It is steady. It is not dramatic. It is life-giving. And I know there have been nights when you felt forgotten, mornings when getting out of bed felt heavier than usual, battles you fought that no one else could see, doubts that whispered you were behind while everyone else seemed ahead, fears that questioned your worth when doors did not open quickly, moments when you wondered if I heard you at all. And I am telling you now with absolute clarity, I hear you. I have always heard you. This moment is not random. It is response. It is my answer to the silent conversation you have been having with me. Even when you did not finish your prayers, even when you stopped mid-sentence because exhaustion wrapped around your voice, even when you said nothing at all, I understood you completely, and because I understand you, I knew exactly when to speak. So push aside the thought that says, "This is not really for me." That thought is not from me. This is for you directly, specifically, personally. I am not speaking into a crowd. I am speaking into your life, into your circumstances, into your hidden questions. You are not just another face in the world. You are my child, known by name, remembered, deeply loved. And this moment that looks small carries great weight, because what I deposit into your spirit now will echo in the days ahead. It will steady you when confusion returns. It will anchor you when emotions shift. It will remind you that you are not walking alone. The gift is awareness. The gift is reassurance. The gift is the awakening of hope that has been quietly fading. And you may not feel dramatic change instantly, but something is shifting. Something is aligning. The heaviness you have been carrying is beginning to loosen. The tightness in your chest is softening. The fear that you are forgotten is being replaced with the truth that you are chosen. I chose you before you chose me. I loved you before you understood love. I prepared a path before you took your first step, and I am still preparing. There is more ahead than you can currently see. The season you are in is not the end of your story. The loneliness you feel is not permanent. The waiting you endure is not wasted. I am working behind scenes you cannot access, aligning people you have not met yet, arranging opportunities you cannot yet imagine. And when the time is right, you will look back and realize this was the turning point. So stay with me. Let this settle. Because I interrupted your routine on purpose. I stepped into your ordinary moment and made it sacred. Heaven does not operate by chance. I do not act randomly. When I interrupt it is because something must be heard now, not later. And I saw your loneliness. I saw it when you smiled in public but felt empty inside. I saw it when you said, "I'm fine," while your heart felt heavy. I saw the tears you wiped away quickly so no one would ask questions. I saw the nights when silence felt louder than noise. When you replayed conversations in your mind wondering what you did wrong. When you reached for comfort and found none. When the phone stayed still and the room stayed silent and you felt forgotten. I was there, sitting beside you, covering you, protecting you from deeper pain you did not even see. You questioned your worth, wondered if you were too much or not enough, too sensitive, too different. But those thoughts did not come from me. While you felt invisible, I was watching you with deep love. The loneliness was real, but it was a season, and seasons change. And even in isolation, I was strengthening you, teaching you endurance, deepening your roots, shaping you in ways that would prepare you for what is next. And now the gift I have been waiting to give you is peace that does not depend on circumstances, restoration that reaches into hidden places, identity so strong no rejection can shake it. You thought I was preparing a change in your surroundings, but I was preparing a transformation in your spirit. The delay was not denial, it was alignment. I was building internal stability so that external blessing would not overwhelm you. I was strengthening your foundation so opportunity would not crush you. I was loosening your dependency on approval so confidence could rise from within. This peace is not fragile. It is rooted in who you are in me. You are not defined by who stayed or left, not defined by how fast your life progressed, not defined by past mistakes. You are my child, and that identity is eternal. The delay shaped you, purified you, deepened you, and now you are steadier, clearer, stronger. And you have asked why you had to walk through this alone, why certain people could not go with you, why doors closed without explanation. But the isolation was protection, the separation was focus, the quiet was depth. I removed distractions so you could discover power inside you that comfort would have kept hidden. You call it walking alone. I call it refinement. Because in silence you heard me more clearly. In separation you discovered who you are without constant influence. And now I am calling you forward with attentive trust. Not blind action, but anchored obedience. Do not mistake fear for wisdom. Do not confuse delay with discernment. I am aligning you because a shift is near. A door is forming even if you cannot see it yet. This moment is preparation before movement, awareness before action, and I am invested in your future. I see the crossroads, I see the distractions, and I will not remain silent. While subtle influences attempt to shape your direction, this interruption is protection, guidance, love in motion, and years from now, you may look back and realize this was the moment. Clarity returned. This was the moment awareness awakened. This was the moment you understood. I was closer than you thought. So receive this gift now. Let peace settle in your thoughts. Let restoration begin in hidden places. Let identity anchor your spirit. Declare within yourself that you are not forgotten, that you are chosen, that you are guided, that you are protected, that you are prepared. And now breathe deeply and pray with me. Father, I receive your peace. I release my fear. I surrender my timeline to your wisdom. I trust your preparation. I trust your protection. I trust your love even in silence. Align my steps. Steady my heart. Strengthen my spirit. Break every lie that told me I was alone. Awaken courage within me. Anchor me in identity. Guide me into the season you have prepared, and let my life reflect your faithfulness. I declare I am not abandoned. I am not overlooked. I am not behind. I am positioned. I am refined. I am ready. And I step forward now in trust, because you are not finished speaking, and I am not finished becoming who you created me to be. My child, now that you have felt my nearness and tasted the steadiness of my peace, I need you to understand that this is not where the movement ends. This is where it begins. Because awareness is the doorway, but obedience is the path. And I did not awaken you just to comfort you. I awakened you to commission you. I stirred your spirit, not only to heal your heart, but to reposition your steps. And there is something shifting around you even now that you cannot fully see. A rearranging, a quiet recalibration of timing, relationships, opportunities, and internal resolve. And if you lean in instead of pulling back, if you trust instead of analyzing every detail to exhaustion, you will begin to sense the transition. Because you are not at the end of a season, you are at the edge of a new one. And edges feel uncomfortable. Edges feel uncertain. Edges feel like standing between what was and what will be. But do not mistake discomfort for danger, because growth often feels like stretching beyond familiarity, and I am stretching you on purpose. Not to break you, but to expand you. Not to overwhelm you, but to increase your capacity. Because what is coming requires a stronger version of you than the one who first entered the waiting. And you have been becoming that person, quietly, steadily, layer by layer. Even when you thought nothing was happening, I was building endurance into your spirit, clarity into your thinking, discernment into your decisions. And now I am asking you to participate with me, intentionally. No more drifting through days on autopilot. No more shrinking back when you feel the nudge to step forward. No more delaying obedience because fear disguises itself as caution. I am calling you to rise in alignment with what I have already placed inside you. Because there are conversations ahead where your voice must not tremble with insecurity. There are rooms ahead where your presence must not apologize for existing. There are decisions ahead that require conviction instead of confusion. And I would not be preparing you if I did not intend to use you. So, hear me clearly. Your life is not random. Your gifts are not accidental. Your sensitivity is not weakness. Your depth is not excess. Everything about you has purpose woven into it. And the very areas you once questioned are the areas I will use most powerfully. The empathy you thought made you too soft will allow you to reach hearts others cannot touch. The resilience you developed in loneliness will anchor you when others panic. The wisdom you gained in silence will guide you when noise surrounds you. Do you see what I have been doing? Do you see how nothing was wasted? Every tear watered strength. Every delay deepened roots. Every closed door redirected you toward alignment. And now you stand at a threshold that requires courage. And courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move with trust despite it. So when the opportunity appears, and your first instinct is to hesitate, Remember this moment. When the invitation comes and you feel unqualified, remember that your qualification was formed in hidden seasons. When the next step looks larger than your comfort zone, remember that I would not open what you were not prepared to enter. And understand that I am not asking you to leap blindly. I am asking you to walk attentively, to stay connected to my voice, to pause before reacting, to choose alignment over impulse, to guard your peace fiercely. Because not every open door is meant for you, and not every voice deserves your agreement. Discernment will be your shield, peace will be your confirmation, and urgency without clarity will not be from me. I move with precision, not panic. And you must learn to distinguish between divine prompting and emotional pressure. Because this next season will require focus. There will be distractions dressed as opportunities. There will be familiar patterns attempting to reattach themselves to you. There will be moments when the old version of you tries to resurface out of habit, but you are not who you were. You are not the insecure heart that begged for validation. You are not the fearful mind that assumed the worst outcome. You are not the fragile spirit that crumbled at every delay. You have been fortified, and now you must live like it, speak like it, decide like it. Stop rehearsing narratives that diminish you. Stop agreeing with thoughts that contradict what I have declared about you. If it does not align with truth, do not entertain it. If it drains your peace, question its source. If it pressures you into haste, step back and breathe. Because I am not rushing you into chaos. I am leading you into clarity. And clarity requires quiet confidence. And quiet confidence grows when you remember who walks with you. You are not stepping into the unknown alone. You are walking with me. And where I guide, I sustain. Where I call, I equip. Where I position, I protect. So release the need to control every detail. Release the obsession with predicting every outcome. Release the belief that everything depends on your perfection. I am not asking you to be flawless. I am asking you to be faithful. Faithful in small decisions. Faithful in daily discipline. Faithful in choosing trust when fear feels louder. Because small obedience accumulates into powerful transformation. And do not underestimate the influence of your consistency. The quiet choice to show up. The quiet choice to speak truth. The quiet choice to forgive. The quiet choice to keep going when it would be easier to withdraw. These are not insignificant. They are seeds, and seeds become harvests in due time. And there is a harvest forming that you cannot yet see. Fruit from endurance, fruit from restraint, fruit from patience, fruit from integrity when no one was watching. And when it begins to surface, you will realize that nothing you endured was empty. But I need you steady. Not easily swayed by temporary emotion, not easily shaken by someone else's opinion, not easily distracted by comparison, because comparison will attempt to steal your focus in this next phase. You will see others moving differently, progressing differently, and the temptation will be to measure your journey against theirs. But their timeline is not your assignment, their grace is not your calling, and if you chase what was not designed for you, you will exhaust yourself unnecessarily. Stay in your lane. Stay attentive to my voice. Stay grounded in identity. And when doubt whispers that you are still behind, answer it with truth. Declare that you are positioned, not late. Declare that you are aligned, not overlooked. Declare that what is meant for you cannot bypass you. And when moments of uncertainty arise, return to peace, because peace is your compass. And if you lose peace, pause until clarity returns. Do not force what requires waiting. Do not revive what I have closed. Do not cling to what I have removed, because what I remove is not punishment. It is preparation. And what I close is not cruelty. It is redirection. And what I delay is not neglect. It is refinement. And I need you to trust that at a deeper level now, not just emotionally but structurally, let trust shape your decisions. Let trust steady your reactions. Let trust silence the internal chaos that once ruled you. Because this next season is not about survival. It is about stewardship. Stewarding the peace you have received. Stewarding the clarity you have been given. stewarding the identity you have rediscovered, and as you do, influence will increase, responsibility will expand, and opportunities will multiply. But you will not be overwhelmed because you are anchored, and as you step forward, I want you to speak this boldly within your spirit. I am guided. I am protected. I am prepared. I do not move in fear. I do not rush in insecurity. I do not shrink in comparison. I walk in alignment. I choose obedience over comfort. I choose faith over analysis. I choose peace over pressure. And now pray this with me, Father. Keep my heart aligned. Guard my mind from distraction. Sharpen my discernment. Strengthen my courage. Teach me to move when you say move, and to wait when you say wait. Help me release what no longer serves your purpose. Help me embrace what you are unfolding, even if it stretches me. Remind me daily that I am not alone in this transition, and let my life reflect the stability you have planted within me. I surrender the next season to you. I accept the growth. I accept the stretching. I accept the calling, and I step forward with trust, knowing that you who began this work in me are faithful to complete it. And this is not the end of my speaking. This is the continuation of your becoming. My child, as this word comes to its close, I need you to understand that this is not an ending in the way you are used to endings. This is a sealing. This is a commissioning. This is the moment where what has been spoken moves from inspiration into embodiment. Because revelation without response changes nothing. And I did not draw you here just to stir your emotions. I drew you here to shift your direction, to anchor your identity, to awaken your authority. And now you must carry this awareness with intention. You must guard it, nurture it, live from it. Because the world you walk back into after this moment will try to convince you that nothing happened. It will try to pull you back into old thought patterns, old insecurities, old rhythms of doubt. But you are not the same as you were before you began listening. Something has aligned, something has awakened, something has been strengthened. And you must decide that you will not surrender this clarity for temporary comfort or familiar chaos. You have asked for breakthrough, and I am telling you that breakthrough does not always arrive as explosion. Sometimes it arrives as conviction. Sometimes it arrives as inner steadiness. Sometimes it arrives as the quiet realization that you will no longer tolerate what once drained you, that you will no longer agree with lies that once defined you, that you will no longer shrink to fit spaces I have called you to outgrow. And that decision, that shift, is powerful beyond what you can see. Because when you change internally, your external world must eventually respond. When your standards rise, your connections adjust. When your identity solidifies, your direction clarifies. And when your peace becomes non-negotiable, your discernment sharpens. And I need you to remember this when moments of testing come, because they will come, not to break you, but to prove to you how far you have grown. There will be opportunities to react the old way, to fear the old way, to retreat the old way. And in those moments you will feel the difference. You will sense the new strength inside you, and you will realize that what once controlled you no longer has the same authority. That is growth. That is refinement. That is evidence that the waiting was not wasted. And I am proud of you for enduring what you did not understand at the time. I am proud of you for staying when it would have been easier to quit, for believing when it would have been easier to become cynical, for loving when it would have been easier to close off completely. You may not see yourself as strong, but heaven has watched your resilience closely. And there were days when you were closer to breaking than anyone knew, yet you kept going. There were nights when your faith felt thin, yet you whispered hope anyway. There were mornings when motivation was absent, yet you showed up regardless. And those choices mattered. They built the version of you who is now ready for what is ahead. So, do not diminish your journey. Do not rewrite your story as weakness. Do not reduce your survival to luck. You were sustained. You were guided. You were guarded. And now you are positioned. And positioning means responsibility. It means living consciously. It means choosing alignment daily. It means refusing to return to mental environments that once suffocated you. It means protecting your peace like something sacred, because it is sacred. And as you move forward, I want you to carry 3 truths deeply rooted within you. You are chosen intentionally, you are guided continually, and you are loved unconditionally. Not when you perform perfectly, not when you achieve impressively, not when you feel spiritually strong, but right now, as you are, in process, in growth, in motion. And from that love flows courage. From that love flows wisdom. From that love flows boldness to step into rooms you once thought were beyond you, to pursue dreams you once thought were unrealistic, to release relationships you once thought you could not survive without. Because when you truly understand that I am your source, you stop begging from places that were never meant to sustain you. You stop chasing validation from people who cannot define you. You stop negotiating your worth to fit into spaces that were too small for your calling. And I am not just speaking about career or opportunity. I am speaking about your internal posture, your spiritual authority, your emotional maturity. You are rising in ways that are not loud, but are lasting. And lasting transformation is more powerful than temporary excitement. So, as we seal this moment, I need you to make a decision within yourself that you will trust even when you do not understand, that you will obey even when it stretches you, that you will remain steady even when emotions fluctuate, because emotions are real, but they are not rulers, and you are learning to live from truth instead of reaction. And this maturity will carry you further than talent ever could. And when fear whispers again, as it sometimes will, you answer it with remembrance. You remember who you are. You remember what has been spoken. You remember how you were sustained before. You remember that isolation did not destroy you. Delay did not stop you. Silence did not erase you. And if those seasons could not break you, the next one will not either. Because you are not walking into it fragile. You are walking into it fortified. And now lift your heart with me one final time and pray this fully, without hesitation, without shrinking, without holding back. Father, I thank you for not abandoning me in my confusion. I thank you for sustaining me in my loneliness. I thank you for refining me in the waiting. I receive the identity you have spoken over me. I reject every lie that told me I was forgotten. I release every attachment that you have removed. I surrender every outcome I have tried to control. Anchor me in peace. Guide me with clarity. Protect me from distraction. Strengthen me for responsibility. Align my steps with your timing, and let my life reflect the growth you have produced in hidden seasons. I trust you with what I see and what I do not see. I trust you with what I understand and what I do not yet comprehend. I trust you with what is leaving and what is coming. And I declare that I am not alone. I am not behind. I am not overlooked. I am led. I am prepared. I am loved. And I step forward from this moment, different, aware, anchored, and ready, because you are not finished with me, and my story is still unfolding under your faithful hand.